I'm Shane Gebauer with BrushyMtnBeeFarm, and today I'd like to talk to you about our Overland NUC Wintering Board. The whole purpose of this piece of equipment is for overwintering nukes on a full-size colony. The advantage of that is that the nuke, which is a relatively weak colony and has a difficult time maintaining the cluster temperature through winter, has the benefit of the larger colony below heating themselves and some of that heat coming up from the bottom through these ventilation areas. This is a double screen. It's screened on both sides so that queens can't communicate. Bees can't even communicate through that by touch. So this fits over top of a full-size colony, and it will fit over an 8 or a 10 frame hive. The caution with an 8 frame hive is you just have to make sure that it's relatively centered on the colony, because you can see here that if it's offset, there is a gap towards the outside where you'll get outside air coming in. So you do want to make sure it's centered on the hive. Next, you would stack up your nukes on the board, and typically you would reduce your entrances. Now, for demonstration purposes, I have the nuke entrances facing the same direction as the full-size colony below. In a real-world situation, I'd probably reverse this so the nuke entrances were facing back to minimize the drift between the nukes and that parent colony. The other thing that I'd probably add is that if you're setting this up, the nukes that you're stacking on top of this hive should really be coming from an outyard, someplace far away, so that when you do bring them here and stack them on top of the hive, you don't lose your foragers. In other words, if I had my nukes right over here that I built during the summertime, and now winter's approaching and I want to just simply stack them on top, all my foragers are going to go back and I'm going to lose them, and the population of these nukes is going to be depleted as a result. So you don't want that to happen. So bring your nukes in from an outside area, or bring your nukes to that outyard. But you can stack them up. Now, if you only have one nuke rather, and you don't have two to stack like this, you will need an empty box sitting here next to it, because you don't want to just simply leave this ventilation area open where rain can come down and all that heat can come out. So you will need to put an empty box, but you can pack this space. Don't put any frames in there, but pack this space with grass clippings, straw, crumpled up newspaper, something like that to help insulate and use up this space. Now, to seal this whole thing, you can use a regular nuke inner cover, but we also have these Homosote inner covers. They're made from 98% recycled material, and it stacks up on top of the nuke like that. It does have, you can see, a slot for an upper entrance, and then a migratory top. Now, the inner cover and top are sold separately, so you can devise another method of sealing up this hive if you'd like. But the advantage of a migratory top is that now I can open up this one, work this nuke if necessary. I could even add another nuke box, another story to this nuke to allow for expansion if necessary, while maintaining the original size of this one. And also, of course, if this were empty, I may need to stack this one up, but there's no need to do so over here because it doesn't have a nuke, right? We're just using it to fill up space. So we've got the inner cover, the migratory top, Overland NUC Wintering Board for overwintering nukes. So come spring, when you may have had a colony perish for whatever reason, now you've got potentially 2 nukes to rebuild that colony. Thanks for watching. I hope this was helpful. We'll see you at the bee farm.